and we run this, we will get like this. We have the border on the left and the right. Okay. I think we can also put the colors of the border. Let me just check. But usually I just do pad X and pad Y lah. Pad 5. So it's easier. So pad X and pad Y, basically how many, it's basically like a border, but there's a bit difference there. Where border you can color them, while pad X and pad Y you cannot color them. It's just an empty space. Let's try this. Yeah, Rahim. You also get the same one. So let's say if you want to put pad Y, 5, and put the same thing as here. Is it pad Y? I'm not sure. It is supposed to be pad Y, but I have no idea why it did not work there. But it's okay. It should work, but I don't know why it does not work when I run this. Okay. So now we have done with the packing. So let's move on to the grid. So let's see, we put a frame grid 1 equals tk. I think it's better for me to do like this. For I in range 3, for j in range 4. So I'm going to delete this first. Okay. The packing. Or I'm just going to comment this. Okay. So what do you do? Okay, so frame grid. Times 3, this one times 4. Okay, so frame grid. Oh, it's Azan now. Okay. I'm just going to finish this first while we're waiting for Azan. Let's see. The frame me with button create leaf. Okay. La ilaha illallah. Let me see. Okay. Give me a moment. I really give a moment while I'm trying to refresh my array in Python. Let me just open folder as new window. Okay. How did I do? 1 times 2, 2 times 3. Okay, good. Okay. This is confusing. So the rows. Okay, okay. So it should be the first one should. Yes, yes. But then why is this assignment is out of range? Let's just make it 4, 5. Oh, why not? Just do it like this. Okay. Okay. Uh, let's add another one. tk dot label master equals frame grid. Is it text? Yes, text. Fi. Okay. Okay. So back to here. Now we are going to deal with grids, at the same time labels, as well as some other things. Okay. So basically, in this particular, we have a frame grid, basically a grid that groups there's certain widgets. So frame grid equals to tk dot frame master equals min. So basically, each frame grid is being mastered under main, the main window. And we have here the text label. The text basically a label which is created under the master, the frame grid, the first one. And we have text equals to, okay, this one, this is basically we just put the string inside the label. And just a quickie. So if you notice, this is a string, but if we want to put a variable inside that string, what we should do is we introduce the f in front, meaning that we want to tell the program that, hey, this string has variables in it. So you need to put the values there. So what do you do? F in double quote, and we put the curly bracket to indicate where is the variables. So here I put I and G. So we have the row I and column G. This. And then we have another one, which is the groove. Usually this groove were one of the ways to decorate your border. Okay, like, so let me just show you. So we put the width as 50, the height equals 50 as well. This is 100, this is 50. So since you've seen that this is a bit too long, what we can do is we can just put it down here. There's no problem because in this Python, we don't care about the semicolon. So this is okay. Okay, so we run this. Oh my god, this is too big. This is too big. You just put 10 and 5. So we get this. Okay, so I think maybe we should put like this, I suppose. This. So this is basically an it tells us this is a new line. So when we do this, we get this. We have the row 0, column 0, row 1, column 0, row 2, column 0, and so on and so forth. Okay. There's also another, we also have raised, I suppose. Yes, we have raised, which shows like this. I do remember I do remember the remaining three. So we have other options. Raise, groove, raise, and three more. That is on you to search lah. What are the three more? Okay, and then since this is a new widget, we need to pack it. When you pack it, we pack it inside the frame grid, not the main window. So that's why you will see like this. So it is located the inside the frame, and each frame will arranged in a grid. So now we have learned about the labels, the frames, the grid. Okay, so I've teach you 3 in 1. Also, with also another one with the text and the relief. Okay, now let us comment this section for now. Grid, labels, uh, and relief. For this one, we have frames and frames and packing. For now, just put apa side left right left. Okay. So we have done that. We have, oh, okay. I think that's one is maybe not necessary for now. We'll just move on to the buttons. Okay, so now we move on to the buttons. Okay, let's just do frame button frame. Okay, so frame pk.frame. Okay, as usual, master main and anything here, put it here. So for now, let's just ignore the background. The padding to be 10. The width, I think you can make it maybe 500. Okay, so in here, we want to put a button and a label. So a button that when we press the button, it will do the command. So this is a bit advanced. Okay, so let us put button one equals tk dot button. Okay, so put the master to be button frame. Okay, and we need to put the text. So text equals, let's say, click me. Okay, and we want to so what will happen if we unpack it? If we pack this, so oh yeah, I forgot to pack the button frame as well. Button frame dot pack. You can just put the packing before. There will be no problem. So what will happen? You will get this button. Click me, but it is not alive, right? So we need to put something to make it alive. Okay. So what do? Let us just put another one. Text click me, and we make the width as big as we can. Maybe you put the width as 10, not that width, 10, and the height to be 5. So if we do this, we get this. The width to be 10, the height to be 5. Okay, the width and the height in this button and labels are different than frames. Okay, in frames, the width and the width and the height defines the pixel size of the frame, whereas for labels and buttons, it defines the character size of the button itself. So when I put height equals to 5, it does not mean by 5 pixels. It means 5 characters, meaning that there are 5 characters that can fit vertically in this button. So for the sake of this is too much, so I'm just going to make it 2. So we will get this a bit smaller, the width to be 10 and the height to be 2. Now, what we want to do is we want to make it alive. How do you want to make it alive? By assigning a function to be called as a command to it. Okay. So now we create a label. So a text label equals tk dot label master equals button frame, comma text you have clicked the button. Okay, and then let's make the width, the height to be 2. So why not? For the sake of not making it too messy, I'll just make it below this. Okay, but we don't want to pack this. We want the button to pack it. So what do? We define a function. So in defining the function, it is to me it is I would suggest to put the function definition to be before the GUI setup, like I did with my linked list project, mini project. Okay, actually this is not my project during my class. My project is actually Huffman tree, which is a bit which is even harder than this one. Okay, so let us define a function. So show label. Show label. What do? We want we want the label to be shown, right? So we copy this text label dot pack. Okay. Now we have defined a function that packs the text label. So now we want to put it inside the button. We want to assign it to the button. So we put it button 1 command. Okay, so this is a bit too long, so let's just do this. Command equals. So what does this command means? You basically you want to call the function show label in this command. So we put show label. And bear in mind, we do not put the parentheses here. In this button, when we want to, we do not put the parentheses of the function inside the command. Okay. So let's try this. So you have this. When we put click me, it goes up. You have clicked the button. Like that. Okay. So for the sake of this, I'm just gonna put another one. Let's see. So side left. So we have learned a bit many things, but there's more to it. So we put the side left. So when you click me, it goes to the right side. So we click me, you have clicked the button. Okay. So you have to click the button. So we're done with buttons. Okay, we have done with buttons and assigning the command to the button. Is there any question? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask the question before. Is there ask anyone before? Is there any question? I'm pretty sure I'm a bit too fast, but there's still lots to cover. No question? If no question,
No
we can
question for me.
okay. If no question, we can proceed. Okay. So no question. Okay. Now, what if instead of instead of I want it to output the apa output whatever it wants. I want it to take the input from me, meaning that I put the entry or the text. I want it to take that text and I want it to show it to me. So this is how you do it. So first, you have to take note about two things. There are labels, and there are entries, and there are text. Entries basically it is for one line input, where text it is for multi-line input. So basically both of them are similar. It's just that entry is single line, text is multi-line. So for this tutorial, I'm just going to show you the entry. Okay. So let's put input text. Okay. Let's put the input text before the button. Text input equals ek dot entry. Okay. So what do you do? Master equals button frame, comma, the width. Let's say I want the width to be uh this is 10. Let's make it 50 because I want to write long ones, right? Okay. So and then I put this text input dot pack side left because I want everything to be put on the left. And so if we run this, we get this, a very beautiful one. Okay. So let's say I'm not sure. Let's try if we can do height equals to 2. If height equals to 2 works, then it is better. It does not works. So text input is not for height is not applicable for text input. So we just remove the height, and for the sake of it, we're just gonna remove the height as well from the button to make it nicer. So we have this. And also for the sake of I don't want to I want to do this. Let's just say we put all of them equals to false. This is the important ones lah. There are some other things that I want to teach, but those are mostly miscellaneous ones. So we have the click me. When we put click me, you have click the button. Yes, you have click the button. So for this one, that's this remove the side equals to left. Now what do we do? So instead of doing text, you have click the button. So we want to change it. We change it to an empty string. Okay. So what do we do? What do we do? When we want to show the label, we want to assign, we want to take the input from a text input and we want to put it on the label. So we will have to deal with the input and the output. Okay. So I'm just going to show you the simple ones, but in your program, I'm pretty sure you need to take the input and then you do the process, everything behind the scenes, and then you show the output afterwards. Okay. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to show input and then just show the output directly. Okay. So let us do that. So what do? You take the text input dot get. Okay. And here, since we want to put the dot get here, we want to put it into a variable, a temporary variable. So let's say we put data equals text input dot get. Okay, text label pack. Okay, so this one, let's put aside. So now we already got the data. So let us show the data first. So print data. Okay. So when we do this, we put the A, R for the four letter A's. When we click me, it shows the R inside the console as well. So we have managed to get the data and everything. So now how are we going to put it outside? Okay, now you have to learn about the config. So we know how to create a widget, but we want the widget to be customizable. We want the widget to be to change over time during our program. So how do we do that? We do it like this. So text label dot config. Text label dot config. So what does it mean? When we want to configure a text label, we want to modify whatever it is inside the labels or the widgets. If we want to change the color of the background, you can. If you want to change the size of the size of the widget, we also can. There's no problem. So for now, we're just gonna change the text. So text equals F as usual because we want to deal with variables inside our string. So F double quote. So what do you do? So data has been entered. Okay. So we have done it. So we have config and we want to pack. So what do? We run this. We do this. We put R here. We click me and it shows R has been entered. Like that. If you want to put BBB has been entered as well. We want to change, let's say, 10,292. 10,292 has been entered. We also can do that. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I think that's almost every basics that I've shown you. The buttons, the window itself, resizing the window, the frames, the background color, what more? The grids, the labels, the relief. We have the button frame, we have the text input, we have the button, TK button, we have the buttons, we have the labels, we have the text input. What more? So I think that's all. Is there any question before we do before I demonstrate this by doing a simple addition calculator? Is there any question? Any question so far? No question? If no question, so let me just create a new one. So let us say adding add two numbers. It's a simple one. Add two numbers. So first of all, we introduce import tkinter as tk as usual. And now let us do. We want. So what do we do? If I were me, I would like to do the functionality first and then the GUI afterwards. So let us focus on the functionality. The def add two numbers. Okay. So we define this. We define first this particular. So let's say we have A, comma B equals 0, 0 for now. Okay, since A is not live yet, so what do we do? We just do this. Since I have done this, so I just copy this. A add two numbers. The width and the height is false, but because I want them to do like that. And then we have the add frames, input frames. So input frame equals tk dot frame master main. And I want the pad x to be, the padding x to be 10, the pad y to be 5. This is for the spacing, for the readability purpose. Okay. And here I want to put two entries. So we have num a equals tk dot, let's just put input a. Input a equals to tk dot entry. So master equals input frame. And I want the width to be, let's say I want the width to be 20. We do the same for input B. Okay. So let's do, so we pack them. So input frame dot pack. Input A dot pack. Input B also pack. Okay, so let me try first. Does it works? Oh, I forgot to put the main loop. Main dot main loop. Oops. Main dot main loop. So if we run this, we'll get two empty. Oh, oh, I forgot. Let me just put. Let me just put the size to be 550. Okay, we have 50. Make it 40, I suppose. Make it 40. So we have 40. So let me just put another one. Label. Label A equals tk dot label master input. So let me just put input frame 1. Input frame 1, input frame 1, input frame 1. This is 2. So master equals input frame 1. X to be input A, whereas for another one, change this to input B. Okay. So input A1, input A2, input B. So this one I put it here. Input A equals label A, sorry. Label A pack side left, and we do the same as this one, side left, and we copy this, we put this B, we put this B, so put it on the left side. So we try to run them again. Okay, we did not introduce the input frame 2. So what do you do? We introduce another one. So 2, 2. Okay. We have input A and input B here. Okay. So now we add another button. So let's say you want to put okay. So answer, let's say bulk equals tk dot button at frame. So this is the calculate frame. So we do the same. Master main, pad 10, and pad 5. Okay. So cut frame dot pack, and then we put the button, add button equals tk dot button in bracket master equals to cult frame. So we want to say that this add button is under cult frame. Cult button, text, add them together, I suppose. Add them together. Okay. So we pack this, add button, pack. Let me just put side left as well. And then finally, the labels, the answer equals tk dot label master cult frame, master equals to cult frame, and text equals to empty. You can just ignore this as well. Okay, like this. So far, we have this, right? Okay, so let's just remove this. Okay, now we want to assign the add them together, so we put the command. So what is the command? Add two numbers. We put this, and we remove the add two numbers. Okay. Take note, the function here has no parameters given. Okay. This add two numbers has no parameter given. Okay. If you want to give a certain value, a certain parameter to that function, it is a bit pain in the butt because I've spent a few hours just in doing my mini project just to figure out how to send the parameters to the function. So I'm not going to teach you because it's too hard. Okay, if you notice, there's another library that is added here. This library is added just to handle that problem, actually. Okay, so back to here. So now we come back to here. So what do we do? Input A dot get, comma, input B dot get. So we have the A and the B. So input A gets the ni, input B gets that. But to be safe, since I'm pretty sure they are going to take only strings, so I'm going to add another one. Why? Because when we get the input from the user, the input from the user will be treated as default. Okay. So let us run this. We try this again. Print A, comma B, and see if we can get that 2, 3. Yes, we get 2 and 3. Okay. Now, Then what do we do? Since we already have A and B, so what we can do is we go back to the answer. So answer equals the answer dot config text equals in f in bracket the sum of E, which is the input E, and B is A plus B. And we pack them. Okay, so when we do this, so let us try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When we add them together, we get the answer. The sum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And with that, that's all for our class today. Is there anything that you want to ask? No? No questions?
So how would you use parameters for the functions?
Okay, since you insist of asking that, okay, there are two ways actually. Uh, during developing the software, there are two ways of sending the parameters to the function. The first one is this. This is basically copying from the library from function from func tools import partial. Basically, you want to call the function partial from the func tools. Okay. Then here, if you notice here, let me just push. The delete function here is where I'm stuck a lot because I want to assign the index of that element to the function so that to the function, the program, so that the program can delete the specific position. So if, as you can see, let's say I want to delete function element number 2, which is WW. If I press delete, only the WW is deleted. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Okay, so from here, add here, so what we do is we assign a parameter, we assign an argument, which is delete data underscore argument equals partial in brackets delete data comma I. Basically, we want to say that basically it's just similar to doing this. Delete data data I. This is basically similar to delete data close parenthesis I. Okay. Delete data underscore arg. Basically, you want to send the arguments there. And then what do we do? We send the delete data underscore argument instead of the delete data directly. So this is how we do it. Delete data underscore arg. This for this specific function, specific statement. Another way, another way another way to send one is, let's say we introduce I. Okay, so I want to print that I. Okay, in the console. So what do we do? Instead, we cannot directly put I here. Remember, we cannot directly put I here. Because why? When we run this, it gives a problem. Because this. So instead, what do? We put this lambda colon, full colon, 3. So this is another way to assign. So let's say I want to put 2 and 4 together. So when we add them together, we get the sum equals to 2 and 4, which is 6, and we get the number 3 in our console. This is this is easier, okay, because lambda double quote add to numbers in bracket 3. So this is the easier way. However, it does not works with looping. Notice that here I put the for I in list dot max size. Yeah, apparently this lambda does not work well with this for loop. So that's why I have to initiate a library to exclusively assign the parameter to the function instead of just assign it directly. Okay. So let's say I want to put 5 here or 6 here. 4 like that. So we get 5. Okay. So that is the second way to add the function to call the function with parameters. So are there any question? Any question from the class?
Our guest Murni, any question?
Any question?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because after this, you guys have to create a software using tkinter
Yeah, they know that. Right.
for the project. So
Firdaus.
if you don't ask me now, you might not get a chance to ask me any
Yeah.
other time. Mm-mm.
So-
Well, other than if you have my number lah.
Okay, I think, yeah, if there is no question, we actually want to thank our resource person, who is Haziman. Oh, Alhamdulillah, we have gone this long way and come to this the end of the demonstrating. Normally, what we talk when we talk about programming, it is individual effort that makes it either smoother or makes it a kind of you want to drop it. But I will encourage for any student in CIE, that's always my distinct encouragement that please and please and please make programming your friend so that at least that's your edge. I mean, that's a very a big niche for you. And as the world is going now, programming is just the way out for people to, make it up there. So, and this also give me the opportunity to say something which you guys also have to follow. Azima was one of those that were coached for our last, I think that was the last time I taught the ECIE 3312, right? Data structure
Yes.
and lab. Normally, if I take the data structure, I take the lab. So luckily, I took the lab, and my previous students, Moaz, he coached them. And jokingly, I always tell them that, oh, okay, in the next section, you'll be maybe the coach because I started it. I started the work myself. So I coached some batch, and those batch start coaching and so on and so forth. And that's how we are giving back. Because it's very easy when you discuss, especially when it comes to tutorial demonstrating, when it's peer-to-peer, it's actually enjoying. You feel very free to once you get the basic or the theory back in the class. So with this, I say a very big thank you to you, Aziman. Wishing you all the best in life, and yeah, hope to see you also flying high because I'm so happy and so proud of you guys. The person that coached Aziman's group, I think, is currently in UK. He's working with Amazon, and that coach Moaz Zone is I think is now in Canada, if I'm not mistaken. That's and so on and so forth. So meaning It's just a joy for me also to see like my students are doing well through this kind of give back. So wherever you are, if you have opportunity of giving back, please do give back. And among these guys that are present now, so anytime I call you guys, make sure you are there, inshallah, to give back to another class. So with this, we say a very big thank you to Haziman, wishing you all the best, and I hope next time when you are being called, yeah, you also answer us,
Inshallah.
inshallah.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Jazakumullah khair, and we're going to close this this section with Surah Al-Asr and Tasbih Kifara, and may
Thank
Allah
you.
make the knowledge beneficial for all the parties that have participated. Bismillah al-Asr.
Thank you very much, madam.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
as for from my word, my technically my final words before signing off.
Okay.
Uh, uh, I bid you guys good luck as well. So as madam has mentioned, please treat programming as your friend and enjoy the process. To be fair, everything is not easy in life. It's just that when you practice and you enjoy the the experience, sooner or later you will be an expert in that particular field, in any field.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it is programming
Mm,
or I don't know any other fields. If
mm,
you really put yourself into it, you really love the flow, the experience, you practice and try to look whatever the mistakes, like in typical programming we try to find the bugs and fix them. So sooner or later, inshallah, you will be, who knows, you will be in my seat teaching others, right? Okay.
yeah. Yes,
Uh,
that's correct.
I, so I think that's all. Thank you very much for Madam Rashida for inviting me to be the mentor or demonstrator for this class is ECIE.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah, if we have any chances, we'll get into contact in the future. Inshallah. Okay.
Inshallah.
As for the coding, I'll upload every everything that I've done today as well as the previous one in the GitHub, so you guys can refer and learn from them. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Aziman.
Thank you very
Another
much.
thing I want to quickly add to what he said, that when you practice, it becomes perfection, and then and knowledge have no border, you know. So it just Azina, I was telling you something yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? That I
About
get
the Chat GPT, is
yes,
it?
I get stuck in installing something.
Ah,
It's not. I mean, when we talk about knowledge, it's just something that you can pick anywhere you find it. And then he said programming is not something that we have to run away from. Anything we do actually in life, anything we do when we practice, there will be hurdles here and there. Like I couldn't sleep until like about 1 a.m. Then I said, oh, okay, maybe I'm going to give up. Well, as I was trying to do something, yes, I saw a very interesting thing that, oh, okay, I can develop my AI, this interface to start doing some kind of recommending system. So I said, oh, okay. But unfortunately, I couldn't figure out the installation. I watched some video. Say, okay, let me just keep, but still, we cannot give up. Just to tell you that the process is not that smooth, but if we continue, inshallah, it's going to be smoother and you become expert and it's something you enjoy. So, I mean, that's just to add to that. Thank you very much. Thank every one of you for coming. Inshallah, we'll meet soon in a very higher position, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa
inshallah.
rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you.